Hello, my name is Xutech, and today I'll be talking to EVE online personality Vonqueesha Shenayay. Vonqueesha is a member of Origin and Black Legion. Hello, Vonqueesha.
What's up, bro?
Hi. So, tell me about yourself.
In what way?
Well, okay, what first got you into playing EVE Online?
I was bored and broke, which seems to be a trend in my real life, and I was as I was telling you before, I play EVE on a netbook, and so all I had was a netbook. I haven't had a desktop in years, and so I was just looking around for something to do, and I googled free internet games, and EVE was one of the ones that popped up. So, I kind of read over it, and I watched the video, and it looked cool, and it said, 2-week free trial, and so I clicked on it, and just decided to start doing it. And so
How long ago was that, roughly? How many years ago?
That was roughly 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I've never unsubbed since then.
So, when you began playing, what did you have an idea of what it was that you wanted to do in the game?
Not really. I mean, I kind of dicked around with, a couple of, kind of what everybody does, with the exception of Goons, where you just kind of, you fuck around with some lame, Empire Corps or whatever, and they were all, I got in touch with these couple of guys and this corp, and I still actually talk to these guys. Really cool guys. One was like Navy or OTC or whatever, so we kind of hit it off because I had just gotten out at that time, and
just to make that clear for the listeners, I
was in the U.S. Marines.
Okay, and what did you do in the Marines?
I was a journalist.
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of hit it off or whatever, and then I ran into a guy from Sharks with Freaking Laser Beams when they were with Gentlemen's Club down in Scalding Pass, and joined up with them and moved down to J-Lo and started doing Drake fleets with Scalding Pass, and I did that for a couple of months and then realized I didn't have the SP, and and then I started a cap production corp, and that took off. I ended up getting a director that had all the cap component BPOs and hull BPOs and fighter BPOs and shit. And so we just started pumping out caps as an Atlas Runner Alliance, and once I realized that, Section 13, right around that time, Section 13 started dropping SPUs in Wicked Creek, and the infamous HTA said that they were going to invade Ethereum Reach, and they were getting their asses kicked by the Russians. And I realized that Atlas wasn't going to defend their space defend their renters. Sorry, and they're epic faggots. And so I was just like, fuck it. And I wanted to take part in the major war or whatever. So this is right at the beginning of Max 2. So I met with Toonsy from Majesta and negotiated a merger or whatever, took an officer billet. My directors took officer billets, and merged in, did that for a couple of weeks, and then realized that Blobfest were just completely uninteresting for me. And, IFC'd some fleets or whatever, and just decided it wasn't my thing, so I left. But both of my directors are still officers and reliables, and I just kind of wandered around and ended up realizing that by this time I had been paying for my accounts through scams, and through the profits from the profits from our capitals that we were producing, based off of the money. All the two directors that I had and we split the money 3 ways for the starting capital for minerals and shit. So the profits that we made, the money that we made off of that, I used to do scams and stuff, and ended up linking up with AK Quinn from Goons, and he vouched me into to Goons to be GIA, and that's where Vonqueesha came along, and the rest of Vonqueesha's history is pretty publicly available.
Okay. So tell me about the group you're part of now.
They're really, really chill guys. Helios is a student at the Annapolis Naval Academy. And Elo is, I don't know, he's a Canadian. And, I don't know, Elo and Helios, first, they hated me, based off of my cuckoo posting. And I guess, I don't know why, but Elo decided that he was going to let me join, so he vouched me in, and Helios was all like, fuck no, and now he's all like, fuck yes, and so, it's really chill. We do the Fireline Munins every night at 2:30 and 2:30 Eve time, and, it's pretty chill. They're, really, really chill guys. We just kind of run around.
How do you think that you became accepted in the group?
I literally have no idea. I don't. I mean, I think that I don't know. I think that kind of felt bad for my situation. I guess I don't know. I guess it was a pity vouch. I honestly don't know. You really have to ask Elo what was going on in his mind. Basically, like whenever I left Goons, when I joined up with Goons, I really, really enjoyed Goons. Like, I really liked the culture. I don't know, I felt like I fit into the culture or whatever. But the director and I just really didn't get along. And,
which director was that?
The directorate as a whole. Vira Garachi, or C, or whatever, thought I was a spy, so he did his, like, really groundless purge thing that he tends to do. And
did he tell you who he thought you were spying for?
No, he didn't. He usually doesn't, though. He just like, this guy's a spy, he's gone. And so then Mittens is like, I don't give a fuck, and so he's just like, okay, yeah, I purged. And so and AK got a lot of shit for it, and OP thought it was really funny, and so I don't know. I kind of wandered around alliances that were affiliated with Goons, and just because I liked flying with Goons, and I don't know, it never really worked well. I've never really settled on a group in Eve that I really, really enjoyed flying with other than Goons, just simply because I just believe it or not, like, I don't know if people really take this from my cuckoo posting, but I really don't take Eve seriously at all, like, in any way, shape, or form. I could really care less. It's just something to do. It's cheaper than bars. So I just do it because I'm bored. It's cheap, because it's free. So, I never really fit in with any real group. And so I had a really hard time staying in any corp because they were just, they were either like completely, the corps I would join, the leadership or the membership is socially inept, and the, I don't know, the corp that I want to join, the people that I want to like fly with in Eve, like I'd want to, I want to make sure it's people that like I would go out and, drink beers with in real life, that I would go fucking party with and kick it with in real life. And, it's kind of hard to find a group that's, collectively like that. But so far, Origin is like that. I'd go drink a beer with anybody in Origin. So, I plan to stay here. I like it.
So, obviously, you had some dark times on the forums. Would you like to talk about that for a little?
Well, it's not really dark times. I mean, it kind of was
interesting then.
Interesting, yeah. I guess would be a better word. Basically, it started because I was in Snigwaff, and I was actually in Snigwaff once before, whenever I was GIA, and I was in Snigwaff on a spy account back when Snigwaff and PL were in Curse, and PL was hitting Atlas stations and the Scalding Pass block stations. And so I, spied on. I gave fleet movements and shit like that to AK and did forum dumps for him. I mean, he didn't need them. I mean, the Snigwaff forums. It's not like everybody fucking has those forums, so it's not like there was anything key there. But at that time, the way Snigwaff and PL's relationship works is that Snigwaff will have a recruitment drive, and PL doesn't fly with Snigwaff at all during this time. And then, like 3 or 4 months later, recruitment will shut down. Most of the faggots get purged. Most of the inactives gets purged. Most of the spies get purged. And then PL and Snigwaff slowly start doing joint fleets, and they do this for another 4 or 5 months. And then by this time, people start graduating from Waffles. They start applying to their corps or whatever because they get vouchers and whatnot. And so, I stayed for about a week and saved a Goon Titan and left because I had no real reason to stay. I moved on to do another op and Syndicate. And so, and then I joined Waffles again on a completely different character, and because I actually wanted to give it a shot. I actually wanted to consider joining PL, and everybody in Waffles were terrible fucking trolls, and they were spurgy faggots who thought that they were God's gift to Eve, and that being good at internet spaceships was the single most important thing in life. And I don't know, I didn't really get along with anybody, and I thought that some people in PL were really cool, like Grath and Gorgoth Drem, and a couple other people were pretty chill. But a lot of the other people were just, I don't know, I just wasn't really my thing. And a couple people, I really wanted to join Israd as the corp that I really, really wanted to join, just because of my love of goons, but my hatred of Goon Swarm. I figured Israd would be the logical choice. But PNF said that there was literally, no chance in hell that I would ever get into Israd, so I was just like, fuck it. And so,
did you get any more of an explanation than that?
There wasn't really an explanation, but I just kind of knew. Israd, I just don't really fit into the culture of Israd. I don't really know how to describe it. It's just, I don't know. I just don't really fit into the culture of Israd. But then it was then that I started realizing that whenever I would apply for a PL corp, when I'd try and track down vouchers or whatever, people in PL would get really fucking mad, really, really super mad. It irritated the fuck out of them. And this really made me happy. This was entertaining for me. So I would just continually track down PL members and try and get them to give me vouchers, and I would apply to corps, and they would get really, really mad, and I'd get a 7-page Spurge thread on my recruitment app on the forums, and I don't know. It was just really funny. It was really entertaining for me. So I just continued to do it. And then I guess Viper got tired of it, and this is about the time that I was in Guiding Hand on Vonk. And Viper posted the infamous call-out thread saying stop being a faggot, where he went onto my MySpace and posted a couple of pictures. And I was coming down off of cocaine and decided it would be a good idea for me to, that since the thread wasn't going to go away, and that people kept talking about shitposting, and I was